If you're a single Muslim sister, there is a possibility that you've been waiting for a spouse. You've been making dua, waiting, imagining. Maybe you've already started talking to someone. Maybe you are this close to saying I do. But before you say you do, before you sign that Nikah contract, I'm going to ask you one question. The question that no one asked me almost a decade ago. And the question is, are you really looking for the right things in a spouse? Because the truth is, many people, they realize that they've made the most painful decision of their life after they are already into that marriage, after having kids and already tied down. But because I don't want that kind of life for you, Assalamu alaikum, I'm Zainab. I make videos like this to help you level up and improve your tawakkul without compromising your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Chemistry is not enough. I find him attractive is not enough. Oh, we met and we just click. It is not enough. In fact, love is not enough. And the women who didn't know this, they learned it the hard way. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, wa min ayatihi an khalaqa lakum min anfusikum azwajan litaskunu ilayya wa ja'ala bainakum mawaddatan wa rahmatan inna fi dhalika la ayatin liqaumin yatafakkarun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned 3 words in this particular verse that I just recited. Allah didn't talk about chemistry. He didn't talk about attraction. He didn't talk about I felt something when we first met. He didn't even talk about love at first sight. Allah mentioned 3 words. The first one, sakina. The second one, mawadda. And the third one, rahma. If you are entering marriage and or looking for someone to marry, whether you are a male or female, and you don't understand what these 3 things actually mean or how they look in real life, then you are building on sand. Let's talk about the first word I want to use here, which is sakina. Most people translate this as tranquility or peace. But let me tell you what sakina actually means or what it actually feels like. Before I go into that, when we talk about peace in terms of relationship, in terms of marriage, some people immediately think it's, somewhere where there is no arguments, there is no fight, there is no back to back, there is no confrontation. That's not the meaning. Of course, this will happen in marriage. If you are going into marriage thinking, I won't have an argument with my spouse, I won't, be confrontational, there won't be this moment where it is heated. Please stop being delusional, please. Sakina is not the absence of argument. It is the presence of emotional safety. That even if you are having argument, or let's just call it plain, right? Even if you are fighting, you are still with peace with each other. Even when you are completely frustrated, it will calm this moment. Sakina is feeling at home, not in a place, but with a person. That no matter where you are, so far you are with this person, you just feel this peace. So I need you to ask yourself, this person that I am evaluating, is there sakina in that, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, like, do you understand the meaning of sakina between you and this person? This second word that I mentioned in the Quran verse that I read is mawadda. Mawadda has, I wouldn't go into like deep translation. Okay, people translate it as love. And yes, it contains love, but it is not the kind of love that it is, just this feeling of love or lust. No, it is a purpose-driven love, an intentional love, the pure love. Mawadda is the love that actually pushes you to your solar. Mawadda is the love that pushes you to do good things. And when there is mawadda between you and an individual, you would want to be good to yourself. You want to do things that would be good to them. You want to take care of them. You want to cherish them. And this goes both ways. In this case, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about, do you feel that in that person that you want to take as a spouse? That person that you want to sign the contracts that, okay, I want to be with this person forever and ever. And in your case, it might even be fi dunya wal akhirah. Mawadda is just like this feeling of, I don't want you to be only better in this dunya. I want you to be better for your akhirah as well. So when you're speaking to someone, when you're evaluating someone, ask yourself, does this person actually make me want to become a better Muslim? And aside from the Islamic part, does this person actually want to make me become a better person? Because truth be told, a love that pulls you away from Allah, pulls you away from the growth of this dunya and even your akhirah, is not mawadda. The third one I mentioned in the Quran verse that I recited is rahmah. You might know the meaning of rahmah already. You ask Allah for rahmah all the time. And I'm going to say this one is the most important one. On a long run, rahmah is what will take over. You see, love fades, we know, right? Rahmah is mercy, is divine mercy. We know by now that rahmah comes from Allah's name, which is Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. Rahmah is the moment when you are angry, but you know that I shouldn't say things that's going to hurt this person. Rahmah is forgiving a sleep. Your partner, forgiving them for a sleep and not reminding them over and over again. Rahmah is the moment when you are angry and you choose your words carefully because you know that words are like egg. Rahmah is just like saying, I see your humanity, I see your struggle. What can I help you with? What do I need to do to change? What can I do better? Because I still choose you. We are going to be together forever. So let us make it work. Rahmah comes with gentleness. So sister, you want to know, because it is important to know if this person has rahmah. Do not watch how they treat you when things are good. Watch what they say when things are bad. What they do when things are bad. How they do it when things are bad. How they act when things are bad. Especially when they are frustrated. It might not even be with you because that tells you everything you want to know. I need to tell you something. There is one important thing that people don't talk about when they post about their happy marriage. The thing is, looks fade. As time goes on, you grow older. Those butterflies that you had then leaves. Those excitements of the early days, they go away, they eventually fade away. Those nervous heartbeats, they go away, they won't stay for long. I just need to tell you that physical attraction alone is not a foundation for choosing the right partner. You need to check for these things alongside other things. Okay, these are the three things that we Muslim sisters, we don't naturally focus on. But before you go looking for somebody that has sakina, mawahda, and rahmah, you need to first look inside yourself. Before you go looking for somebody who has sakina, ask yourself one question. Do I have sakina? Do I have that? Can I give someone sakina? Before you go looking for someone that has mawadda, are you someone that can offer mawadda? Is this something that you have in you as well? Before you go looking for someone who has rahmah, are you someone that can extend mercy even when you are hurt, even when you are angry? Are you someone that can give mercy? Because marriage is not just transaction. It is not something that you just receive. So the most powerful dua you can make right now is not, Ya Allah, grant me this person that has sakina, mawadda, and rahmah. The dua you can make right now is that, Ya Allah, make me someone who has sakina. Make me someone who has mawadda. Make me someone who has rahmah. Then grant me someone who also has these qualities. Before you choose a spouse, don't just rush into marriage. I beg you, dear sisters. Do not run into marriage. You know, I do say this all the time, because everyone is getting married doesn't mean that you should start rushing or you should go into marriage that you know that this is not actually right for me. Just because other people are getting married. Do not say yes to somebody just because they are good enough. Just because, oh, they are handsome. It's so fine. That's not a reason to say yes to someone. Wait for it. Check. See for yourself. Work towards knowing this person, their attitude, their character, their behavior. Know if they have their sakina, mawadda, and rahmah. Because a love that is built on this pillar, it is a love that is safe. It is a love that has peace. It is a love that has kindness, mercy. It is a love that will be everlasting, inshallah. If you learned anything from this, do not forget to share to someone who might need this, or save this video so you can come back to watch later, inshallah. I'm going to catch you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.